Hey there, how's it going? Are you good? There's a weird line on my hand from me leaning against a desk. This desk down here. Now, this video comes with a spider warning. I couldn't give you a warning on the previous spider video because that would have spoiled the surprise for some of you. Okay, let's get straight to it. Alright, so you see how there is a tub right there, and inside this tub there is another. That is a tub in which the spiders are placed. And you see that bit of card in the middle? That is a partition. So we have a spider on the left and we have a spider on the right. Up until a few days ago, this partition is made out of card. Can you guess what has happened? No? Let me explain. Now, some of you will probably know, but in case you don't, these spiders require a certain amount of humidity in order to live. And the reason for that is the way the spiders are. Now, the spiders have a hard exoskeleton. So that means they are hard on the outside and soft on the inside, and the way they grow is they have to shed the exoskeleton, and then when they do that they can increase in size. Now what I'll do is I'll put the camera on a stand so it's not shaking like a drug dealer in a Saudi Arabian police station. Okay, so here we have a nice steady shot, and as you can see the partition, the card in the middle has warped. That is because it's absorbed moisture. The first video I made, this was almost pretty much straight. Now it's almost like an S shape. So there is no spider on this side, there's only one on this side. Let me know if you can spot it, I will point it out in a second. So I opened this up and I had a look to see how they were doing, and I think I was going to feed them as well at the same time, but well, I couldn't find the one that was on this side because sometimes they tend to bury themselves in the gaps and stuff. So what happened before this was I put a worm on this side, and I wanted to feed this spider because it hadn't eaten in a couple of days, and this one had eaten the day before. So I put a worm on this side, closed the tub and put it back. Then a few days ago I checked, the spider from this side had disappeared, the worm was still there. So I thought it was hiding. I picked up the worm from this side, put it on that side, and as I was putting it on this side I saw a leg. So now what I'll do is I'll point out where the spider is, and it's right there. And that sound I made with my mouth. That spider, he is an OG because that guy ate the other guy. At some point, the other guy had crawled up the side of this to one of the corners. I'm not too sure which corner, but one of them has probably like warped, because I mean the rest of it's warped, and then the spider has, you know, realized that there's a bit of a gap and gone over to the other side, and then came across that guy there and got eaten. Now this spider here can grow to about the size of my hand, and this one could as well, but well, it's not going to grow anymore. I do have footage of me trying to feed these guys. One of them did eat and the other one sort of didn't. He did later on. I'll show you this footage in a second. What I'm going to do now is probably just maybe take this card out. I will make another update video soon because I'll be making a few changes. Okay, so what I'll do now is I'll try to feed this guy, and I'm not too sure if he will eat or not, and also I'm not too sure of what he is, whether he is a he or a she. But yeah, I'll grab one of these worms now. The worms are just here on the left hand side of the tub, and I'll try to take out a not too big one. Okay, so there's a worm. I'll just put it down here and we'll see what Spidey does. Okay, so every now and then the worm is moving and then Spidey is sort of shuffling. Obviously they only come out when they sense vibrations and stuff. Maybe I should get another worm, one that is a little more active. Okay, Wormy is moving around now a little bit. Let's see what happens. If anything, sometimes I'll put a worm in there and he won't go for it. So I put the lid back on the tub, then put the tub back into the propagator and come back to it about 15 minutes later and he's got his mouth wrapped around it. Well, as you can see, there's not a lot of movement coming from the worm, so Spidey's not going to know. Shall we try to get a closer view of what's going on? I mean, obviously there's not much going on. Okay, let's see if anything happens. Alright, so it's been about 2 minutes I've been stood here watching and nothing has happened yet. So what I'll do is I'll drop a bit of water onto Wormy. See if that does anything. And no. Okay, so I've taken Wormy out. What I'll do now is put in his twin brother, who is also named Wormy. If nothing happens, then Spidey does not want to eat anything. Now, what I don't want to happen is for this guy to bury himself, because that is what they tend to do. And there is actually another worm there too. Alright, so as you can see, Spidey has moved, but it looks as though Spidey is not hungry, so might as well take Wormy out. Okay, so I'm going to leave Spidey alone now because he is not hungry. I'm going to take this one out. And this one is actually still alive, so I might just put that there. I'll check up on him in maybe tomorrow or the day after. So yeah, I'm going to leave Spidey the way he is right now. I'll leave that worm in there with him too. I'll have an update video on this soon, hopefully next week sometime, and it will be a significant update. Oh yeah, the other video in which they were feeding. Well, this one was. I won't talk through it. I'll put a bit of text at the bottom of the screen to explain what is going on and stuff. Well, I just kind of did explain. Okay, so what you've seen so far was filmed about 3 days ago. 2 days ago? 3. Here we have Spidey's tub, and as you can see, the partition in the middle has gone. Okay, so Spidey right now is, I think he's at the top of the tub. Right there, yes, he is right there. So yeah, like I said, I've got an update coming soon and there will be some changes to this. Well, maybe not to this. I might leave this guy in this tub right here, but don't want to spoil the surprise, but yes. So what I'm going to do right now is try to feed him, and I'm not too sure if he will eat or not, but we will see. We will see right now as I grab this wormy out of there and put him, let's put him down here. And he's crawling all over Spidey. Let's see what happens. I don't think he's going to do anything, to be honest. It's a bit of a shame that whenever I put these guys in here, he doesn't do anything, because I'm sure you probably want to see him chewing on... I mean, you've already seen him chewing on a worm, so maybe, I mean, like the attack, the initial attack you didn't see? I barely saw the initial attack. Okay, so there's some movements, and there is Spidey, and he's running away. I guess we're not going to see any action just yet. I'm not too sure what he's going to do, but he's going back. And I could leave this camera recording for a good hour and a half or so, but I'd rather not do that. So let's just say that he's not going to do anything. I'll leave the worm in there, and hopefully maybe when he gets hungry he'll chew on it. Sometimes they go for them, sometimes they don't. And I don't want to lose too much focus on the spider, because the spider is the star of the video. What I'm going to do now is probably just put him back. There will be an update soon, sometime, maybe in a week's time or so. It looks like he might be laying some web. Seems as though that's what he's doing. Maybe I should get some flightless fruit flies for him. That's a bit of a mouthful. Surprised that came out all in one go. Flightless fruit flies. Well, it's not that bad, is it? Okay, so I'm kind of rambling now. But anyway, stay tuned for more and subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the thumbs up button because I said so. And then click on another one of my videos to watch, because they will be in the recommended list if you thumbs up on this video. And don't be afraid of clicking thumbs down if you don't like this, because I don't mind. To be honest, I don't care. But that is neither here nor there. I'm still rambling. So yeah, I'll just close the video here then. Spidey is going to continue laying web. Yeah, more videos soon. I might just move the worm. Shall we move the worm into the open, away from where Spidey was laid? Because that might be his little den. So we'll get the worm out of there. Move the worm to about there. Then Spidey can go back to where he was, and happy days. So yeah, I'll end the video here, and thank you for watching. See you next time.